Hi folks, hope you're all doing okay. It's been a wee while since I've done one of these walkie-talkie videos, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the Scotland against France game yesterday. I feel like I didn't give France enough credit in my initial post-match reaction because I was kind of angry with quite a lot of the things Scotland did yesterday, but France, it has to be said, were absolutely outstanding. They counter-attacked superbly. Their offloading game was very slick for the most part, and their defence was excellent as well. So I have to give full credit to France for how they played. They were brilliant, but also there's still things about our game that annoyed us, especially Finn Russell and Stuart Hogg, it has to be said, were not on their game. Finn Russell especially, I mean, that kick for that led eventually to Paul Villemze's try, which was the first of the 6 French tries, was absolutely pathetic. I mean, just kicked it along the ground and gave Dupont so much space just to work his magic, go down the left-hand side, and then eventually it got to Villemze, who scored the try. And then the second try obviously came from Alfana, and I will say off this driving maul, I think France should have been pinged for holding Woki up in the air for too long, but the referee didn't ping them. And then it went out to the right. The offloading after that was from France was excellent, and there was not that much else we really could have done to stop that try, I don't think. But we did get back into it through Rory Darge, who was our standout player, and this was after we managed to keep the ball. We worked it through the phases and then exploited the hole in the French defence, which Darge went through to score. And his overall game was just, as I said, outstanding. I think he fully showed that just how good he was. And I'm actually looking forward to hopefully seeing him and Hamish Watson as the 6 and 7 for the last 2 games. I was hoping to see that yesterday, but obviously Mish had to pull out because of COVID. But hopefully in the last 2 games we'll see that combination, because it could be really exciting. And Darge is definitely one for the future as well. And I think he showed yesterday that as his abilities as a player, he looks really at home on the international stage. And then we had a chance to possibly take the lead when Stuart Hogg dropped the ball with a try line more or less at his mercy. Now, I know folk criticised the decision making from Chris Harris and the pass he made out wide to Hogg, but looking back at it, and I've looked back at it time and time again, Stuart Hogg could have absolutely caught that ball. Absolutely. Just, I mean, a 90 plus cap international gets branded as world class by so many people. Pardon me. And yet he makes a mistake like that. It's not good enough. I mean, and I obviously, you know, I think the pass and maybe the decision making from Chris Harris could have been better, arguably, but Hogg should have absolutely caught that ball. Whether he would have gone on to score the try, I don't think it's absolutely certain, as Damien Penaud was coming across quickly for France. But still, the fact he didn't catch the ball is absolutely criminal at that level, in my opinion. And then, obviously, France scored the try just before half-time through Gaël Fickou, and Ali Price should have absolutely done better there. I think it was great play in the build-up, great rugby in the build-up from France, and then Fickou went in to score, and Ali Price was just kind of standing there waiting for him so passively, when I think he should have charged up and actually tried to tackle him properly. Price missed the tackle, and then Fickou went in to score. And then the second half, again, I think this is the first of France's 3 tries in the second half, was the referee being at the very least very lenient with Cameron Woki when he was not rolling away quickly enough from the breakdown. But Ali Price is also at fault as well, because the referee wasn't playing the advantage, and Price was just dilly-dallying, like taking for granted that he got the advantage because of how slow Woki was to roll away. You're a professional rugby player. You should be more focused than that. Just, you know, the whistle hadn't gone, you play on, you get on with it. But still, I think that should have been a penalty to us. But anyway, after Price dilly-dallied, he was tackled, he had the ball stripped off him, and then France ran up the right-hand side, and Jonathan Dante went in to score for their bonus point try. And Duhan van der Merwe defensively, I don't know what he was doing yesterday. It didn't look like he was interested in defending at all with just the way he was running. I said this in my quick post-match reaction as well. I mean, defensively, I don't know, Duhan just didn't look interested with the way he was running, how lackluster he was, lethargic he looked. it was really poor. And then France later got 2 tries from Damien Penaud. Both of them very good pieces of play. No complaints from me there of how both those tries were scored, really. And then we got a try at the end from Duan van der Merwe, who did seem interested when he was attacking, had the ball in his hand. He scored a try, but the game was over then. So, yeah, as I said, very well done to France. Fully deserved to win as you did. Very good and looking on for the Grand Slam, it has to be said. And maybe even the World Cup in 18 months' time. I know that's a long way away, but France are definitely looking like hot contenders, and with the team they're putting together now. But also, another quick word on the referee, Carl Dixon. It's clear he was lacking experience at the highest level, because some of his decision making I thought was very poor. But also, I'm not going to say that's an excuse as to why Scotland lost, because some of the rugby France played was excellent, but also some of our defending was just so unbelievably passive, and some of our decision making and ability to execute at key times was also poor as well. So, final words, well done to France. I think you'll go on to win the Grand Slam. As for Scotland, we've got Italy in a couple of weeks, and I would ring the changes for that game. Most notably, I'd drop Finn Russell, maybe bring Adam Hastings back, who's been going okay at Gloucester, but I think we need to see another option at 10, and also Finn needs to... I'm at the point where I've had enough of him. He gets a yellow card against Wales, he goes off the pitch laughing for that, and then he had a shocking first 20 minutes and didn't really pick it up after that. He had a brief moment sort of towards the end of the first half where he did play some okay stuff, but overall his control of the game and his execution at times and his laziness in defence, really poor stuff, and I think he deserves to be dropped and give Adam Hastings a go. I wouldn't pick Blair Kinghorn at 10, because whilst he's been doing okay for Edinburgh, I could tell when he came on at 10 yesterday, there's still things about playing 10 at international level I just don't think he's quite up to. He might get away with it against Italy, get a bit more if he plays there, but in terms of actually against top quality opposition, I don't think he's quite there as a 10, so that's my opinion there. And other changes I'd make, I'd bring back in Hamish Watson if he's fit, have him and Darge as the 6 and 7. Yeah, those are the most notable ones. And I think Chris Harris is kind of at the... I mean, he's a decent defensive 13, but I think at attack he still has a bit to be desired with what he offers us. I've tried to be lenient with him in recent times, but I think we need to look at another option there. And Mark Bennett actually didn't do too badly when he came on, so maybe he could play against Italy in a couple of weeks. But that's for then. That's all I've really got to say about this game, folks. A bit more of a calmer reflection and walking about on a lovely sunny day here in Scotland. But I appreciate you all very much for listening to what I have to say. You take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you later on.